Shiv Arur and Aditi are joining us from the ground in Vadodara, giving us a sense of how Narendra Modi, as has been seen through his campaign, is going to make sure that there is enough razzmatazz as he files his nominations from Vadodara. Let's first go across to Aditi. Anand Narayanan. Aditi, a lot of supporters of Narendra Modi around you. Give us a sense of where you are and what's happening.
Absolutely, Maruk. If you can look around, we are right now at Kirti Stamp, which is the first spot from where Narendra Modi will start his roadshow. As far as your eyes can go, Maruk, all we can see are the saffron flags and the supporters of Narendra Modi dressed up in saffron color. In fact, we have a lot of supporters who are standing with us right now, and we'll speak to them. आप लोग यहाँ पर आए हैं नरेंद्र मोदी को सपोर्ट करने के लिए. क्या लगता है नरेंद्र मोदी यहाँ से
जीतेंगे और पूरी लीड से जीतेंगे. पहले का जो रिकॉर्ड था रामविलास पासवान जी का, अब की बार हमारा पूरे वडोदरा शहर का मानना है कि मोदी जी जीतेंगे और रामविलास पासवान का रिकॉर्ड तोड़ के जीतेंगे.
नरेंद्र मोदी यहाँ पर आए हैं, उनके साथ मधुसूदन मिस्त्री भी खड़े हुए हैं कांग्रेस के. क्या लगता है कितना टफ होगा कंपटीशन?
मधुसूदन मिस्त्री को बड़ौदा जानता नहीं है और उनका कोई पिक्चर में स्थान नहीं है और ओनली नरेंद्र मोदी.
तो आप सबको लगता है क्या नरेंद्र मोदी इस बार जीत पाएंगे? So clearly, Farooq, as you heard these supporters of Narendra Modi, they are here to cheer for Narendra Modi, clearly hinting out that Narendra Modi has got a full backing and full support, at least from the Vadodara constituency,
Okay, as our correspondent was trying to give us information, they're drowned by chants of Narendra Modi as his supporters are getting ready for Narendra Modi to arrive at the Kirti Stamp, from where he will start his Vijay Vikas Yatra to the district collectorate to file his nomination. We have Nalini Singh also with us at this point. Good morning, Nalini. Clearly, for Narendra Modi, it is Varanasi that is the big fight. Vadodara is almost a foregone conclusion, isn't it?
I think so, Maruk. I think you are right. I was saying earlier that actually all journalists now know that the anti-Modi, or shall we say what they are cloaking as anti-Hindutva forces, are converging and they are in touch with each other. The Congress, the SP, the BSP and others, including getting in touch with the independent candidate Mukhtar Ansari. Now, all of them are coming together apparently to ensure that they put up an extremely good fight, and sections of the Varanasi population would also be sections would be co-opted into this fight against Narendra Modi in Varanasi. So politically that seems to be very important because the victory in Varanasi is symbolically extremely important, but also it affects minimum of 32 Lok Sabha seats in the eastern part of Uttar Pradesh, and even spilling over into Bihar, into West Bihar. So that is important, and one can understand that Priyanka Gandhi is priming the Congress, the candidate declared by the Congress, Rai, yesterday, for how to fight, how to give the best fight. So actually Congress wants to spearhead this convergence, making Varanasi the nucleus of the forces, in order to make sure that if there is a possibility of a realignment after the polls, then Varanasi is actually the nucleus of what is going to happen later. So that's very important. I'm sure the BJP and all are aware, so they are going to put up an extremely good fight also, and that therefore becomes a real contest. Vadodara, as you were saying, is home state. Actually,
it's home state, and that's why he has the advantage here. I also want to go to Nalini. I also want to go to Shiv Arur at this point. He's at the district collectorate where the action will be heating up in some time. Shiv, it might be calm at this point. Aditi is where the action is, but it's going to come to you any time now. Tell us what's happening there.
First of all, Maruk, a hat tip for using the word razzmatazz. I think that, describes very well what we're about to see. Aditi is already completely drowned out. The girl has a strong voice, but we could barely hear her over those shouts and cheers and fervor, right there at the Kirti Stambh in Vadodara. Like you rightly said, right here, it's pretty calm, but like you also rightly said, Maruk, in just a short while from now, we're expecting thousands of workers, even though, the road outside the collectorate has been completely cordoned off. There will be security arrangements, but I don't think that's going to support.
Okay, we'll go back to Shiv in just a bit. Aditi, as Shiv was describing to us the entire scene of the district collectorate, what happens now? Take us through what's going to happen in the next hour or so.
Walk around and show you, Maruk, what exactly will happen here. Narendra Modi is going to arrive here in a short while from now, from where he will be boarding an open jeep. Now, there is an open jeep which has been readied by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Modi will be boarding that jeep, after which he will be traveling across 4 kilometers, through the stretch till the district collectorate office. First week, what we expect is at around 11 o'clock is what the time is that Narendra Modi will reach the district collectorate's office. Now, it's a 4-kilometer long stretch, Maruk, where Narendra Modi will be travelling. In the entire way, he will be meeting the BJP party workers. He will be meeting various people who have been stationed at various spots. In fact, there are about 4 to 5 pit stops where Narendra Modi will be meeting people. So clearly, a lot of crowd has gathered here only to get one glimpse of the BJP's prime ministerial candidate, and also to show him that at least in the Vadodara constituency, he has a huge backing, and the people out here are expecting that Narendra Modi, earlier the BJP had won with a margin of more than 1 lakh votes, but this time around the people have a sense that Narendra Modi will be able to win from the Vadodara constituency with more than 3 lakh margin. Clearly, now the wait is, people are getting restless out here, people are enthusiastic. The wait is only for Narendra Modi before he comes and he hops on to the open jeep, from where he will carry on with a 4-kilometer roadshow in Vadodara, Maruk.
Okay, Aditi, you just stay on with us. We also want to tell our viewers that a tea seller is among a group of people who have been chosen by the BJP state unit to propose Narendra Modi's nomination papers. Kiran Mahida said the opportunity to propose Modi as a candidate is one of his life's proudest moments. But for Modi and his entire party, clearly it is a bar by Mani Shankar Iyer that has been created into a PR strategy.
Kiran Mahida, the 49-year-old tea vendor in Vadodara, is on cloud 9. The BJP has chosen this modest tea vendor as one of the proposers for Narendra Modi. Mahida, who runs a tea stall in the city's Khanderao market, will accompany BJP's Prime Ministerial candidate Narendra Modi to the office of District Election Officer in Vadodara today. Apart from 4 other proposers, Kiran Mahida will sign on the nomination forms of Narendra Modi. Mahida, a BJP worker, is delighted and is eagerly awaiting the moment of his lifetime.
मेरे को बहुत अच्छी फीलिंग हो रहा है. मेरे जैसे छोटे चाय वाले का एक नाम ठेकेदार के लिया है, तो मेरे को बहुत खुशी हुई है.
The BJP apparently decided on Kiran Mahida's name to play on Modi's famed image as a chaiwala during his childhood days.
चाय बेचने का उनका जब he was in his young days उन्होंने किया है, और ये वडोदरा के अंदर one of his supporters has been nominated to sign on his form. ये चाय वाला गुजरात में बड़ौदा के अंदर पार्टी का एक वर्कर है, छोटा वर्कर है.
The decision to choose a tea vendor is clearly being seen as BJP's move to connect with the Aam Aadmi. The party also wants to make political capital out of the Congress leader Mani Shankar Iyer's controversial tea vendor jibe at Modi in January this year.
21वीं सदी में नरेंद्र मोदी कभी भी देश के प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बनेंगे, नहीं बनेंगे, नहीं बनेंगे. लेकिन यहाँ आकर चाय का वितरण करना चाहते हैं तो हम उनके लिए कुछ जगह बना रखते हैं.
A royal family member will also accompany Modi today as a proposer. But Modi hopes to gain from the symbolism of including a tea vendor as one of his proposers. Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
And we have news coming in that Narendra Modi in fact has reached Vadodara. We are getting pictures also of the fact that the BJP's prime ministerial candidate who will be filing his nomination papers from Vadodara has arrived there. These are pictures coming in. Aditi Anantnarayanan is still with us. Aditi, we are seeing pictures of Narendra Modi arriving. He should be reaching Kirti Stambh any time now.
Absolutely, Maruk, as you can see, the preparations have already begun. The information has been passed on here as well that Narendra Modi has reached here, and within the next few minutes, Narendra Modi will be arriving here. If you can see, Narendra Modi's convoy is just entering this stretch to Kirti Stambh. It will arrive right next to the open jeep where Narendra Modi will be carrying out the roadshow. Clearly, the preparations are on. There are dancers, there are artists who have gathered here who will give a festive welcome to Narendra Modi. Clearly, the excitement in this place in Kirti Stambh has gone up as soon as the message came that Narendra Modi has arrived. Now it's just a matter of few minutes that Narendra Modi will reach here. He will board the open jeep and carry on with his road show for the next 4 kilometers before he reaches the district collectorate's office to file his nomination. And Maru, clearly being on ground, the sense is that there is just saffron color out here. People in large numbers, Maru, from school children, from the minority communities, from ladies to working people. Everybody has left everything just to be here, just to show Narendra Modi that at least in the Vadodara constituency, he's got the maximum backing and the support of not only the BJP workers, but also of the people who have come here. And clearly the show of strength is just visible by the number of BJP flags and the saffron color caps and sarongs that you can see out here, Maruk.
Aditi, we are seeing these pictures, we are seeing the number of BJP and saffron flags and the number of supporters that have come out. It seems that the whole city of Vadodara is out to support their leader and the BJP's prime ministerial candidate Narendra Modi. It's a cavalcade, it is being called the Vijay Vikas Yatra that Narendra Modi will be embarking on in an open jeep with hundreds of his supporters. Aditi Anantnarayanan is there. Shaina NC of the BJP is also with us. Shaina, as we seeing these pictures, the one question that many are asking is that if Vadodara is such a foregone conclusion as far as Narendra Modi and the BJP is concerned, then why two constituencies? Why was the need to file a nomination from Varanasi as well?
I knew you'd ask that question, but please let me explain to you that this is about the sentiment of every single Gujarati who is viewing this election as his and her own, and as if it's their own pride and as if they're fighting their own election completely with their own hero who is on his way and on his route to become the Prime Minister of this country. Having said that, I think that you need to also give it to us that there is something called a political strategy, and for all those critics who have gone on about Modi ji being limited only to Gujarat, the kind of thunderous appreciation he is getting in Varanasi shows that in a state of Uttar Pradesh, people are fed up with the corruption of the Congress, the inefficiency vis-a-vis law and order of the Samajwadi Party, and the instability of smaller regional parties like the BSP. So clearly they need to have an option on stability, on progress, on leadership, which is apparent with the support they are showing Narendra Modi ji. And I think that the time has come to realize that this election is no longer about BJP or Congress. It is about a strong leadership, and it is about saying enough is enough and we want to have that option for good governance. And if you see the way people have come out in Vadodara today, it's almost as if every single citizen is saying that this is an election that I am fighting, and this is my moment of pride, and this is my moment of being a part of the history of India.
But Shaina, that's a great explanation as far as Narendra Modi's candidature from two constituencies is concerned. Nalini Singh, I also want to come to you. You were talking about how Vadodara seems to be a foregone conclusion. It's Varanasi where the big fight will be fought as far as Narendra Modi is concerned. But tell us the significance of choosing Vadodara. In Gujarat, apart from Varanasi, which other constituency could Narendra Modi have looked at, and why Vadodara?
Well, he has to go home. He has to go to Gujarat. in Gujarat, I know that about a year ago, I was speaking to some Gujarati people, just traders, very, very small output traders, and they were saying that they formed a committee to make sure, that committee was to ensure that Narendra Modi does not go to Delhi because they feel he's doing such a great job for their lives in Gujarat. So this is also Gujarati pragmatism, if you like, that they wanted him not to go because they said, who will replace him? He is so good for us. I think we should take that at face value. There are certain sections of the large sections of Gujarat who think that he has ensured that bureaucracy becomes a support. It doesn't become a hindrance in their lives. He also ensured that courts pass judgments quickly. They look at their backlog of cases. These are the things that people have wanted. And I would say to you today that when you are asking about which other constituency in Gujarat, I think that he wanted to also go to South Gujarat and also not just remain near Gandhinagar.
Right.
But besides that, I think that the impression that Gujarat is giving to the entire country is that they want a mandate for revolutionary change now.
Okay, we have Shiv Arur on the phone line with us, Nalini Singh, from the district collectorate.
Three things: hungry for a big leader.
Right. We have Shiv Arur on the phone line with us from the district collectorate. Shiv, give us a sense of if the cavalcade is anywhere close to you. Going by the number of people at the Kirti Stambh, it seems it's going to be some time before it reaches you.
That's right, Maruk. It's going to be definitely a while before the rally actually reaches this particular area. I can tell you that we've been taking a walk around this particular place. The amount of security around the district collectorate is perhaps unprecedented. We've been looking at the security arrangements, but what we're also told by BJP workers who are currently operating here, making all preparations for the ceremonial, nomination filing here at the collectorate, Maruk, is that many hundreds of BJP workers will probably be allowed around this complex. They may not be allowed actually inside, but given the ceremonial nature of this event, the thousands who will be lining the entire rally route from the Kirti Stambh all the way till the district collectorate, perhaps will be allowed to actually be here. Remember, Shaina MC had pointed out when we'd asked her that there isn't going to be an address by Narendra Modi to workers here. It's going to be a whistle stop, as a matter of fact. He's going to come here, he's going to file his nomination, perhaps chat with some workers and then quickly leave. There's going to be no rally as such, which gives you an indication of how confident the BJP and Narendra Modi really are as far as Vadodara is concerned. But it's not long from now when that rally, will finally be reaching here.
We can see shots of Narendra Modi. He arrived at the airport, he reached the Kirti Stambh, and now he's on that open jeep. It is going to be a cavalcade, several members of the BJP leadership with Narendra Modi, but he's leading this entire cavalcade as he moves with thousands of his supporters to the district collectorate to be filing his nominations from the Lok Sabha constituency of Vadodara. Shiv Arur is still with us on the phone line. Shiv, tell us at this point, how is the Congress and the AAP unit in Vadodara looking at this entire series of developments? We know that the Congress has put up Madhusudan Mistry. He is a strong candidate as far as the Congress is concerned, but clearly they must realize that this perhaps is really a no-show for them.
It's interesting how the reaction by the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress is a sort of cocktail of denial, of rhetoric and a bit of confidence, a bit of political confidence, Maruk. On the one hand, you have things like, the Aam Aadmi Party talking about hubris, talking about how Narendra Modi will be taught a lesson. On the other hand, they cannot explain, their late choice in appointing a candidate for Vadodara. The Congress has its own, house in disorder as a result of Narendra Rawat, the original choice of candidate, unceremoniously pulling out, and then, Madhusudan Mistry being foisted. So not much noise in terms of a substantial attack on Narendra Modi really coming out. But with the elaborate razzmatazz, as you put it, being organized and foisted on Vadodara for this sort of emotional Vikas Yatra that Narendra Modi is making for a nomination, not even for a victory. has in one measure given both the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress one stick to beat the BJP with. And that is hubris. Talking about how Narendra Modi is only about himself. A short while ago, we were on the phone with some Congress workers who were actually seen near the district collectorate, who probably just came to pick up some information about what's really happening, the preparations. And they said, just look at this entire, machinery that's being dedicated to the, to making one man really shine. It isn't about anything else. On the other hand, what we're seeing on the road, as you rightly pointed out, and as Aditi's been reporting live on Maruk, is that people have, poured out of their homes. They're on the streets. Shops are festooned. So, whether this is a managed event, a stage-managed affair, or, people coming out to demonstrate an emotional connect with Narendra Modi, is for the political pundits at the end of the day to really decide.
Right.
But I can tell you that the promise that the Guardian of Vadodara made today about demonstrating that saffron wave in Vadodara, at least to the naked eye, is definitely visible.
Shiv, stay on with us on the phone line. Shiv is at the district collectorate where Modi is heading. These are pictures that you see of Narendra Modi, the BJP's prime ministerial candidate, arriving in Vadodara. He's reached the Kirti Stambh where thousands of his supporters were waiting for him. He will be now moving as he's atop that open jeep along with his supporters and certain members of his team going to the district collectorate where Shiv Arur, Headlines Today's reporter, will be reporting on each and every development. The way the process works is that there will be 4 people who will propose his name, and as per the EC laws, he will be filing his nomination. On those pictures, as you see, Narendra Modi arriving in Vadodara, waving to his supporters. He knows that this is almost a foregone conclusion in terms of him winning from Vadodara.